Alright everyone, in previous videos we've put together the substance of the knight, the way that he moves, the way that he walks, the way that he attacks. What I want to do in this video is I want to create his life cycle. So I want to control how he begins and how he ends. So I want you to go to Spawn Knight, here it is. And here it says set my visibility to invisible. Well, that's only really relevant for the ghost. I'm going to change that. I want to make a variable and I want to call it armor for this sprite only. And I want you to set armor to intact, which means not broken, not destroyed. I want to get rid of the hide. We don't need that. And we can get rid of this glide. And I want you to replace it with go to X, Y, and I want you to change both of those values to 0. And what that's going to do is instead of waiting for the knight to appear at a random spot and then start walking towards you, which means he could appear off the screen and take a while to kind of get into the action, I'm just going to put him in the middle of the screen because I want the action to start straight away. With the knight, we've got a lot that we want to get through in this level. The knight's going to change into a werewolf, and so we want to leave time for that. So let's get started straight away and make him appear straight away, right in the middle of the screen. Now next, I want you to go to Knight Move. This is the main loop that controls the knight's behavior, so he just keeps doing this until the end of the level. Well, we're going to replace this with armor equals destroyed. So now rather than just continuing to shuffle around until the end of the level, he's going to shuffle around until his armor is destroyed. Now go to where the yellow interrupts. Tell the knight to take damage, or tell the knight to damage the wizard. And I want you to wrap these in an if then. Both of them. And in both cases, you're going to say, if armor equals intact, then do this. And the reason that I'm doing this is because at the end of the knight's stint, when you destroy all his armor, it's just going to leave a pile of armor there on the floor. And that's actually the knight, as far as sprite is concerned. And then we're going to replace the knight with a new sprite that behaves differently because he hasn't got any armor anymore, and he's going to kind of run away from the wizard. Because we're going to do that with a new sprite, we're just going to leave the old sprite here lying on the ground, but we don't want it to damage the wizard when he touches it, and we don't want the wizard to be able to score points by hitting it. So we just want to kind of take it out of the game, and so by wrapping it in this if armor equals intact, then that stops the wizard from damaging the knight any further and scoring more points. And it also stops the knight, which is just a collapsed chainmail, from damaging the wizard. None of it works yet, but it will do when we hook it all up in the next video. Before we get to that, before we finish up, I noticed that this is now redundant, that if my visibility equals visible, that's left over from the ghost, so we can just throw that away. And yeah, that's that. And I will see you in the next video, and we'll try to make all of this work. Thank you for listening, and if you find this video useful, please hit like and subscribe.